All right, Mr. Watson here. Welcome to the virtual class. What we're going to do today is we're going to do a lab called meter challenge boxes. So what's a meter challenge box? What's this? There's a meter challenge box. Your task is to figure out how the wiring inside of the meter challenge box is connected together. Now the meter challenge box has 5 red wires on one side. The wires have various color bands on them. And on the other side we have 5 black wires with color bands on them. To test out this box we use a multimeter right here. Set on resistance, so straight across. The meter without the meter leads being connected will say OL, which does not stand for overload. It stands for open line. So how you do this lab is you take the meter leads and you put them in place. Let me get this one right here. Set that down for a second. So now I'm on the one side, the red wire is blue, and the other side, the black wire with blue. And we see what the reading is. In this case it's OL, which means there is no reading there. But here's what you're trying to do. Up here, let's get the look at this chart. And we back out here. Okay, here's the data chart that you fill in. You fill it in by going from point to point, starting with the red wire, meter lead on the red wire, the blue band, and the other meter on the black wire with a blue band. And whatever you get for a reading, in the case of this box, I didn't get a reading, so I would just put a dash or not mark it at all. And you want to continue going through all the wire combinations to completely fill in that chart. Here's that chart again. You want to completely fill in that chart. Here's an example. When you get the chart done, it should look like this. You should have 5 readings that are close to 0, 1 reading that's close to 82, and another reading that's close to 1080. Once you have these readings, then you get to the hard part, interpreting. Well, here's where the interpreting. Every single one of these meter challenge boxes was built to match this schematic drawing. The red wires represent A, B, C, D, or E. The black wires represents V, W, X, Y, and Z. Inside the box, the reason why we have to use the resistance setting and not connection testing is it has 2 resistors. The resistor values, they're over here. One is close to 1,000 ohms, tends to read 1080, and the other one is pretty close to 82 ohms. So that's what all the boxes. So you got that data chart. Here's how you interpret it. First thing, you look for those resistor values. So on that schematic, here's that 1,000 ohm resistor. The black wire it's connected to is W. The red wire it's connected to is A. Now let me back up this to show you what I'm talking about. So here's your 1080, black wire W, red wire A. Notice from this W is also hooked over to B. So on this interpretation, here's your B, here's a 0, so W to B is a 0, so this one's B. So there, you got 3 of the wires figured out of the 10. So you go to the next, oh, I went one too far. Okay, next one, the 82 value. The 82, black wire is hooked to X, red wire is hooked to pin D. And once again, let's look at this on the chart. So here's your 82 ohm resistor, black X, red D, but it's also, the D is connected all the way across to Y. So here's Y, here's that 0 there, which is connected to D. So this point, you would have 6 of the 10 wires figured out. How about the other ones? Well, in that schematic, 2 of the wires actually weren't connected. Black side, that was pin B. Red side, that's pin C. And let me go back to the schematic. Here's the schematic. I'll show you there. It said B, this break here, means it's not connected. C, this break, it's not connected. So that's how you figure out them. At this point, you have 8 of the 10 wires figured out. So by default, the other 2 has to be E and Z. But there's a way of verifying that. Where the 2 meet, there's a 0. It's also a 0 that's not in the same row or same column as any other 0 or any other reading. Notice this 0 is in the same row as 82, and the other one is in the same column as the 1080. And that's essentially how you do the meter challenge boxes.